Any questions? Any questions? No? Yeah, something else? Can you ask in the mic so everybody can listen? Sangeeta? Yeah, please.
Yeah, this is regarding the integrated road and tunnel project based on...
4 projects, not 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it?
Based on CAP and TAM statement, the public consultation bit. Because they mentioned that the consultation was...
There was no consultation.
Yeah, there was no consultation, exactly. So there was one meeting last year, was it November 19th?
There were 2 meetings.
Was there one? Or
There were 2 meetings.
2 meetings. Okay, so basically they are asking whether if an
No,
EIA is
I
done.
think CAP didn't get their... I mean, he was not informed, or he has forgotten. This is the first time that he has actually got his facts wrong. So, you know, the other time when he was talking about the theme park project in Teluk Bahang, he said that it was done in the forest reserve. When it was not done in the forest reserve, it was done on scrap land. That means there was land that was used, and then after that, not wanted by PBA because it is built after the dam. So he had the impression that it was built on forest reserve land. And only after we explained to him, he apologized to us privately for using strong language such as that we raped the forest and all that. So we did not make this public because you know that SM Muhammad Idris is an old man, so we respected his position. But it was a mistake. He apologized to me many times privately for the mistake, and I left it at that. So I'm quite surprised, and I think that he made a mistake because he was not properly informed by his staff. So I find that he has again made another mistake by saying that there was no consultation. In fact, when we first announced these 4 projects, it's not only the tunnel, also 3 projects. It was first announced in 28 April 2011 during a MOU signing ceremony witnessed by the Prime Ministers of China and Malaysia. At that time, we had already asked for public views. We had said the cost will be anywhere between 5 to 8 billion because this is an open tender project, and it comprised of a highway, not just the tunnel, the crossing between Gurni Drive and Bagan Anjam, but also a 4-lane highway from Tanjung Bunga to Teluk Bahang and Batu Ferringhi, a 4-lane highway from Gurni Drive to Tun Dr. Lim Chong Yu, so that we can avoid the jam, and also a highway from Aitam Relau to Tun Dr. Lim Chong Yu. So these 4 roads together work out to a cost of between 5 to 8 billion. But it depends on the open tender. It could even be less than 5. Let us wait for the outcome of the open tender. But when you say 5 to 8, you tend to choose the higher figure, 8 lah. You always think it must be higher, but no, it could be lower. So there is estimated cost between 5 to 8, depending on the technology that you are using. Since we announced it from 28 April until now, we had consultations with public, individuals, privately, and one that we did with the Penang Forum, 16 October 2011, 19 November 2011. 16 October 2011 and 19 November 2011. And during both meetings, I am given to understand the CAP representative, Rudrapati Vijayavat. Do you know him? Rudrapati Vijayavat was present.
The second one, he was there because I was here for the second one.
You were there for the Penang Forum meeting
The
also.
second one.
Yes. Even Cecilia was present when we had that consultation with the NGOs. So Rudrapati Vijayavat, both CAP, I can give you the spelling of the name later lah. Both representatives were there. I mean, both meetings the representatives were there, and even we got the signature. Yeah. V. Rudrapati. Penang Forum, Ravi.
Ravi, yeah.
Ravi. Signature is here. Signature is here. Ravi. So it's very clear that there was consultation. So for SM Muhammad Idris to say there was none, again, I think he has made a mistake. He was not properly briefed by his staff. Okay.
No, I think what they meant was whether there's going to be a public, not just NGOs, but Penang Knights itself.
No, we have asked for Penang Knights to give their views.
Was that in the Penang Forum?
No, not only Penang Forum. Earlier, on the 28th, 29th, we asked public to give their views. They can send it to MPBP, okay, they can send it to the state government. And then there were some who said that they wanted a more, you know, when we talk about public to give their views, they can talk to Rajan, the MPBP engineer, who is one of the facilitators in the project. But then when the NGOs asked for a meeting with me to discuss these issues, I agreed. They wanted a personal one-to-one with the NGOs, I agreed. And I think this is something that is not done before. Not only we met once, we met twice in 2 months. So, and all the issues were explained and raised. And during the meeting, we explained that when you talk about the cost of within 5 to 8 million, it's not only for the tunnel alone. It is for 3 other road projects also. 4 projects altogether. And I also said during the meeting that you have to conform to all the EIA and the technical and hydrological studies. That's why the construction of the tunnel is only scheduled for 2016, even though we have started the tender process. Only in 2016 it will be scheduled, it will be slated for commencement of work. Because you want to make sure that all the proper studies are done. EIA, hydrological studies. If the EIA or the hydrological studies are not approved, then the project does not start. The project does not happen. We are not like, you know, want to start like certain operations. I want to start, pop, don't care whether got EIA or not, just start. No. We don't. We do proper study. 4 years, you know. 4 years, you know, to make sure that the proper studies are done. That's why the schedule follows a step-by-step approach. A progressive, coordinated, step-by-step approach. Where commencement will only begin at the end of 2015, likely the beginning of 2016. So, to say that there was no public consultation is not true, because we already explained that when the first MOU was signed, witnessed by the Prime Ministers of Malaysia, Najib, and China, Wen Jiabao. And after that, we asked for public views. And then there were some views which we forwarded to we received some views through email which forwarded to the engineer. Then the NGOs felt they want a one-to-one session, not with the engineer, but with the Chief Minister. They agreed, I met them, not once, twice. Cecilia was in the second one. No, you were present. I mean, I'm just stating a fact. I didn't say anything else. You were present in the second one. She can bear witness. So, I mean, to say there was no public consultation is not true. So I said that he has obviously not been properly briefed. And this is not the second time that a mistake has been made. A previous mistake was also made. But as I said, that we respected him. We did not want to make public his private apology that he made that mistake. Saying that that we have taken gazetted forest reserve land, which is not true. We don't touch forest reserve land. Well, actually, it was scrubbed land. It's land that was used by PBA and now PBA doesn't need. Already used by PBA, but PBA doesn't need. That's what I mean by scrubbed land. SCRUBBED. Huangdi. Huangdi. Scrubbed land is Huangdi.
Just 2 more questions. This one is a federal project or a state project?
It's a state project.
It's a state project.
If it's federal project, there will be no open tender.
Okay. Because they were saying during the
yes, there is no open tender for federal project because it's a state project. That's why we are having an open tender exercise. We ever advertise in your paper? Oh, sorry, son. You ever advertise that time? No Malay mail. So how to advertise? Next time this I show got Malay mail one. We ever advertise in the newspapers.
Sure.
The advertisement was done twice. You know.
Okay,
First one was 15 November. Second one was 6 December last year. Yes.
Okay. No, because they were saying that during the consultation, which was on the 9th of November, they said that apparently you told them that this was a federal project and that the state had no choice but to go ahead with it.
Which one?
This road and tunnel project.
Federal project? When did I say it was a federal project? Who
According
said?
to them.
No, in the statement.
No, not in the statement. When I spoke to them earlier
No lah,
today,
cannot lah. Then who was one who said that? Who?
The vice president.
Who is the vice president?
Muhyiddin Abdul Kadir, CAP vice president.
No lah, that's completely untrue lah. Did I ever say that it was a federal project? No, I mean you are there lah. Can't be serious. I never said it was a federal project.
The MOU that was signed between the state and the...
No, she is there. Did I ever say it was a federal project? It's a state project. I never say it's a federal project. Again, ayo, please lah, don't be like UMNO lah.
Okay, another
the thing is, the MOU was witnessed by the Prime Minister of Malaysia and China because it is a big project that Chinese companies have an interest, and you know, the Malaysia wants to attract Chinese companies to come and invest in Malaysia. So that's all. But it is a state project. The federal government did not give us 1 single cent. No. Satu kupang pun tak bagi. So it's all financed by the state through a land swap. I think we have stated that very clearly through a land swap. Yes.
That one will come to that on another day because UMNO Youth has also raised some questions.
Yeah, UMNO Youth.
But I want to ask you about that one now.
UMNO Youth only know how to lie. Only, I don't know point.
Okay, last one. Also, it was mentioned that there is a master plan for traffic. Wait, let me see. A traffic master plan.
That's incorporated together. What?
Yeah, exactly. So they were asking, has this been finalized? If it hasn't been finalized, why?
No, that has been incorporated. I said during the meeting that as far as the transport master plan is concerned, they are working on the basis that we will not have these projects. If we have these projects, so much the better. But we don't have these projects.
Which projects?
The projects, the 4 projects that we're talking
okay.
about. Because it costs so much money. We don't have the funding. So they're working on the basis that what if they don't have these projects.
Okay, so then the master plan will come into play.
No, that if you have these 4 projects, it's better because you're providing, let's say like from Tanjung Bunga to Batu Ferringhi. I mean, you are providing an alternative route. Otherwise, the congestion is terrible. Or from Gurney Drive to Tun Dr. Lim Chong Yu, same thing also. You are providing an additional alternative route. Or from Aitam Relau to Tun Dr. Lim Chong Yu, from the heavily, densely inhabited area, an alternative route. Otherwise, you cannot break the jam. You have to find a way to break the jam. These 3 projects will be faster lah, because you don't need to do hydrological studies.
Because it's going
you don't need to do
existing roads.
No, it's going on existing empty land, government-owned land.
Okay.
And if there's any acquisition, all these routes are uninhabited. So there will be no social dislocation. You know, like Bhai Trubong is so jammed. You want to find at least do a pair road or alternative road. Tanjung Bunga to Batu Ferringhi is another big problem. How do you resolve that? So you want at least a road all the way stretching from Teluk Bahang right up to the second bridge lah.
CM, the 4 projects not proposed by the transport master plan. It's not proposed initially.
No, the transport master plan works on the basis that this is the situation as it is. Okay, the transport master plan will have a lot of views that you can do this highway, those highway, that highways. But we tell them that if you want to do all these projects, it may cost you 20 billion. Let's work on the basis of what the state can afford. The 4 that we can propose now is those that we hope that it will happen. So for the transport master plan, the approach should be this. If you got these 4 projects, 3 has a bonus. If you don't have, see what you can do subject to the limited funding available. Subject to the funding constraints. So it's incorporated.
These 4 projects have been incorporated in the...
No,
okay,
incorporate,
the 3 projects.
No, incorporated in a sense. If you have bonus, if you don't have, you got to work on that basis of existing roads.
and the public transportation and all that put together.
Public transportation, that is a problem. When you talk about public transport plan, the public transport plan, you cannot use the word public transportation plan. You know why not? Chia Ming, can you please explain why? Why I cannot use public transport plan? Why? Please.
No, it's under
No, why?
No, it's under federal jurisdiction.
I cannot use public transport because I have no control. I have no control over taxis. I cannot ask them to use meters. I have no control over buses. I have no control over ferries. I have no control over trams. It's all controlled by the federal government. Remember, now we got these CAT buses. CAT buses where we give free bus rides in the inner city. You know how difficult to get permission. Even though we are paying the Rapid Penang not to collect money every month, we pay you 60,000, you don't collect 50 or 60,000, somewhere around there. Every month we pay. When we first applied for approval, we were rejected by the federal government. Why? Because if you give free bus services, you kill the competition. That was the reason given to us. Obviously, you want to kill the competition, or you want to give free bus ride. And only when we had to intervene personally with the minister, back, then only 18 months later they gave. This small little thing they give lah. The bigger things like we want to buy over the ferry. They refuse. We say the ferry loss making, never mind. We take over. They refuse. They control. So when you talk about public transport plan, I agree, we need a public transport plan. But you are talking to the wrong person. Don't talk to the state government. Talk to the federal government. They control. Unless we win power in Putrajaya, then it's different. So that's why I think some of the NGOs know the story. But the NGOs, even though they know the situation, they keep on blaming the state government. Why? Why are you so scared of the federal government that you always blame the state government on public transport when we have no control? It's not fair. It's not only not fair, it's not right. Okay? It's very clear. All of you understand. At first some of you may not understand. Now all of you understand because I say so many times. But NGOs still do not understand. I don't know why. Even those who have very big names also don't understand. They keep on saying, oh, the state government should do public transport. Can we or not? If we can, we will definitely do. We cannot. That is why. UMNO can talk lah. UMNO they are, what we always say, they are both the culprit as well as they take both sides. Lang as yi, kui as yi, you know, we say. They are the one deciding on public transport, yet they don't blame us on public transport. They are the one who decide. Authority is theirs. You know, they promised us 200 buses for Rapid Penang. Supposed to come last year. Now, end of this year, don't know whether it will come or not. See? We are powerless. We can do anything. Thank you very much. Alright. 看 video 一下，给你看 video 一下，他们我真的有对话。Okay, go down. Okay. I think all you have seen it already, huh? Okay, Alright, thank you. That is fine.